så du tager den. Jo, fordi vi ikke brugt telefonen.
Med til selv, det er politianmeldt. Hvem er politianmeldt? Herning med til selv, det er nemlig politianmeldt. Ah, det tror jeg. Det er der, vi går ved Arsen, det bliver kaldt på. Ja. Det er det. Real. Danish bodybuilder. Poses to. Mega hard. Det er andre tror vildt. Jeg kan godt nok ikke tvivl om, at det er aften, det er omkring, eller hvad det var. Det er sådan. You can find it in Program, the final class.
Det er lidt sådan dengang man var åben, så fik man altså lidt net dårligt, når man skulle få det
Jeg fik pålægtschokolade på robrød, så du ved godt, for mig der var same kom jeg spiste det, så jeg starter med det til sidst.
Ja, okay. Jeg har faktisk også
Eller med hvidt brød. Det er min familie, de var sådan nogle. Det er ren gift, så det må... Altså, det er også med, at det var et slik for mig. Hvidt toastbrød, fuck, det var ligesom slik for mig.
Jeg har det næsten på samme måde, at det vidste godt altid er 40 på råbrød, så det der var jeg.
Quite literally, as expected, I was extremely strong yesterday, as you saw, hitting that 220 kilo pause back squat that I failed around three weeks ago, where I was nowhere near getting it up, and I felt much faster today or yesterday it is. And it's not to say that you can just make sure that if you're getting 9 hours sleep and recovering well and so on and have low stress, you're absolutely going into every training able to perform well and beat PRs. But it clearly goes to show that if you are focusing on your recovery, eating well, doing things day after day after day without interruptions, you're going to be able to perform at a higher level. Because last week after the tournament, 190 kilo moved like shit. I'm really annoyed that I don't have a video of that because I really want to show that it moved worse than 205 kilo did today. And that's how much the tournament really took out of me, because 3 days after that, I actually slept well as also. But I was just so destroyed. And even for my bench Saturday, you saw that I didn't even get 170 kilo with the 6-inch board up. And that's despite the 3 days up to that getting 9 hours sleep and also 2 of the days having a 30-minute nap as well. So I hope that it gives you kind of an idea of how much a tournament can really take out of you. And despite of you doing things well, you're still going to be tired a week after if you're doing something you haven't done before. And it's okay to then do a little bit less than you would usually do. You saw me going quite light on the back squats on my Thursday workout. And yeah, so, and the philosophy really here is that you don't want to dig a deeper hole. You just want to make sure that you're getting a stimulus, but not so high that you are taking even longer to recover, because there's no point in that, in totally destroying yourself when you're already not recovered. You want to get back to your strongest ASAP, and then you want to build a base from there. But a lot of my training these days in the squat and the bench and the deadlift and compound exercise in general are focused towards getting skill practice rather than just focusing on creating high fatigue. I'm getting that heavy touch with the max effort single, and then I'm trying to just go in and get some easy doubles, triples, etc. without destroying myself. It's a little bit different for bench because I can recover from more, but with squats, it's okay to just go in, get that one heavy touch with the max effort where I PR, and then do easy work after that, because I've already done something new. And then it's better for me to make sure that I'm getting stronger with light work, but I can still track the speed with that. If that's moving faster, I know that I'm getting stronger. And if it overall just feels at a lower RPE, because even though it's close to only 80% of my best, it's still gonna be at a point where I can feel after the 1 rep max that okay, it's moving better than I have done previously, and that way I can be able to like see progress without destroying myself and feeling weak for the upcoming day. The bench as well moved absolutely unreal. I don't think 137.9 kilograms have ever moved this fast before. And then for accessories, I'm trying to do something new. As I also talked about in the last video that I made, where I'm splitting up the sets. So I'm doing more sets with less reps and half the rest in between. And the idea is that I can get in more total reps at the same intensity of fatigue, effort, whatever you want to call it. And that should accumulate over time to more hypertrophy. But overall, I feel like the momentum is finally starting to hit with everything, good sleep, low stress, etc., etc. I have 4 trainings in a row this week. Yesterday, today, Thursday, and Friday with the bench, because I have some family gathering Saturday. I will try to get some clips of that as well, and just to show more of my general life. But today, gotta go out, get a training, enjoy the weather, and I'll talk to you all later.
4-9 matchpoints, Novak Djokovic. Ui.
with racket and a lot of heart. You know, a lot of, I guess, management of the
Come on. Come on.
Guys, rarely buy new clothes, not never. So I wanted to get in touch today because apparently when you weigh 105 kilos, everything is usually just in a size, and everything that I've had is just pretty much too small. So actually, I just wanted to show you what I got today. I was only supposed to get like some shorts and stuff, and of course some jeans. I was down to like 2 jeans, and I wanted to buy a couple more, but I needed to find some proper ones. But then I also ran into this Metallica shirt, which I actually thought was pretty nice. See, it says Metallica on here, and on the back, we just put on some more lining. So I thought it was pretty cool. Fade to black down here on the back, and then we have Craving Death on the front. Two of my absolute favorite Metallica songs. Always love myself some Metallica merch. When we go to H&M, you can get that for like 200. I think it's a must buy. And then I bought some shorts of some good quality, better, like, so I don't have just have my training shorts anymore. I actually have some proper ones. Then I bought a couple jeans. Yeah, the usual size that I get because it's just hard as hell for me to get some, like either they're too big in the bottom of at the calves, and too loose there, and then they're too small at the top, and it's really hard to get for me to get one. So, but yeah, I'm actually gonna let you see me with them on because I don't usually do that kind of stuff. So let's get to that. Okay, guys, I'm ready to see me do actually a proper try on haul. Actually, these shorts, also some that I bought, I thought they were a little bit nicer than these ones here. In the material, the kind of way that they're made. And actually, I think it fitted me a little bit better than these ones. A little bit larger, basically everywhere, but I think it's still quite decent. Around here, sits quite tight, good space, good movement in them, which is something I really value. I value that I'm able to actually move around in them, and they're not like totally just stuck around the leg, and I can't have any movement in them because I can actually move around here, you can see, and they're not getting destroyed. So I can squat down in them, I can do things, and so they have a little bit of space here in the legs. It's not like crazy, but you can already see like they become so wide in the bottom, and that's kind of what often annoys me. I'm way too fat for posing, but at least I look quite big. Alright, let's put the shirt on. Actually, quite happy with getting this, picking this up. So cheap. I think this is the right way around. Yeah. It almost looks like you can put it both ways around because it's also like you don't often see shirts that have this elaborate design, both the front and the back. But I think this is quite good. I'm really happy with picking this up. You know, especially as a Metallica fan, it's quite cool to have something like this on the front here with the cream district Metallica here at the top. And we have Fade to Black and Metallica as well on the back. Yeah, that's the clothing that I bought. And I'm going to give you a recap of the trainings so far from this week because they've been absolutely amazing. Alright, so training recap while I eat my absolutely bottom Ramsay-esque meal, Michelin. So, okay, like honestly, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's just a mix of like different things that I have lying around: rice, meat as a pasta I didn't have finished, and stuff. So, if I say like, I think when you're eating a lot, when you're eating for training, you're not just trying to eat nicely. It really doesn't matter if you're eating 100% clean. That's a belief that I have, at least. Like, you just need to be able to get the food down. It needs to taste well. Of course, you want it to taste well. I mean, season your food. There's people who have this kind of stuff and just have it totally bland without anything, any sriracha, any seasonings. I could never do that, but props to them, I guess, for being able to absolutely go through hell. But you don't have to do anything fancy in terms of making your food. Make it taste well, use similar ingredients, and it's going to be absolutely fine. You're going to get your nutrients, you're going to eat healthy anyways. But to talk about the trainings, so we have 3 trainings to talk about. Wednesday wasn't anything insane. Handstand push-up was still off. And I think it's just, I think way too much about the, when I do the full range of motion stuff, like the, when I don't just do the concentric, I think too much about the balance on the way down, and that is what limits me. And So to be better, I need to stop doing that, basically. It's easier said than done. But that's at least what I'm going to try to do next week when I do handstand push-ups. Because I should easily be able to do 2 pause reps, even 3 and 4, but I just can't get that balance right. But the rest of the session was exceptionally good. I did, again, 12 reps with the full stack plus 15 kg on the single arm pull down, but a little bit easier. And then I also hit 25 benefits of Nordic curls. I just totally went all out in my last set there, which felt great to actually try and really, really destroy myself and see how much I was capable of. Because even though I say at maxing out often, it's not good. Sometimes you need to try and see where you're at. And it's not like one set of Nordic curls, body weight, isolation. It's not going to be that fatiguing. All right, so remember that. And then I did my heaviest set ever of the Jefferson curl stretch hold, whatever you want to call it, with 90 kg, 2 reps down at the bottom, pausing for 10 reps, which that was pretty damn hard. Like the bar starts rolling, which is hard for me to avoid even when I'm thinking about it. But I'm trying to do my best that I really can to avoid it, and that's at least what the purpose of it is. Moving on to Thursday, I kept in mind that I just wanted to do easy things for squat that doesn't take too much away, because I know that after Tuesday with the 220 kilos for 1 rep and the 8 doubles with 180 kilos, I'm not going to be at my best. There's no chance. So I just did 3 reps with 177.5, and then I did 5 sets of 3, 165. And honestly, I think I would even have benefited from moving that down to 3 reps, sets of 3 reps with 160 kilos, because it didn't move as smooth or as easy as I really would have wanted it to. So I think that's a good indicator of how much a squat on one day, going all out and doing some work, can take away from you, even when you're only doing one hard set, like one really hard set. Because the rest of the 8 sets for 2 reps, it's not like they felt much harder from the first set to the 8th set, which indicates that it's really, really far from failure. Because if you're at like RPE 3, 2, around that, it's going to take a lot of work for you to feel an increase in difficulty. After the squats that I did, I went on to doing some Larsen press with 82.5 kg on the bands. That's the heaviest I've done for dynamic effort there. And then I did 11.25 kilo wide grip pull-ups, also dynamic effort, and my forearm got pretty cooked here. I think I'm starting to figure out that it's because when I do the single arm pull down for 3 sets to failure, it's a lot of volume. So even though I'm using straps, my forearms get really, really tired. And that's the main thing I think causes me to have this kind of just tiredness in my forearms, really. It's quite annoying, but maybe I have to dial back that volume just a little bit to spare my forearms. Then for general raises, I did 8 reps with 20 kg, 22 kg, and that felt better than last week. And then lastly, 5 sets of 6 with 53 kilos in the preacher curl. And it moved quite disappointingly the first 4 sets. But then for the 5th set where I recorded, I decided to lock the hell in, and it actually moved really well. And I think this is a good. I really needed that mentally, because otherwise I wouldn't believe I'm gonna hit 6 sets of 5 with 16.5 kilos in 2 weeks. But again, also here what kept me back from really doing it as good as I possibly could with more speed, with easier reps, was the fact that my forearms felt so tired. But still I was able to move through Then moving on to Friday, where again I moved this session today from Saturday because I have less family gathering that I'll try to get some clips from some of the food. Maybe we have some fun, do some things. But again, forearms were sore. I actually had to go and train like 15 hours after finishing the workout the day before. So of course that is an optional, not optimal. But even with that in mind, 4 training days in a row, heat wave, less than optimal conditions, with all that, like still sore as hell, forearms as I was warming up. I did manage to hit 170 kilo post close grip bench. So I don't know how much more this means, but I have in the tank. Let's say I had it on Saturday training my training still, and my forearms were not sore. Maybe I could have hit 175, 180, who the hell knows. But it's confirmation that my bench is getting bigger because today was far from perfect circumstances. And then I also managed to get 5 sets of 5, 135 kilos in the pin press, as you would have seen on my clips. And after that, yeah, I went to work. Then at night, I was building up and I saw third Jefferson curl is feeling quite well. So I did 173 kilos, higher than I usually would go. I tried 185, but on the day it wasn't there. But feeling like this when my hamstring was still sore from the Nordic curls and with the 4 training days in a row, late at night, I think that's a sign that 185 kilos will absolutely be there one day. So it's hard to keep on progressing with the Jefferson curls, but I absolutely believe that one day it will click and I will hit 200. Like, it's a long journey, but I've set myself out to do it and I don't want to give up, but I'm 90% there. Then, yeah, after that, I did some volume, and then I went and did incline curls, 10 sets of 9 with 1.5 minute rest between, which was pretty insane. I mean, a couple of sets of weighted Nordic curls. So really good trainings. But yeah, it's late at night. I have to get some food. This in my system. And then I have to edit some videos. And then I'm going to go to sleep for tomorrow. I'll see you all next time.
Kom så. Ja da. Ja, kom nu. Du har den her, den var nem. Ja, kom nu. Kom nu. Smukt. Kom on. Tak for det. Var den PR?
Ja, det var 10 kilo. You know what a massive hack is, guys? Eating your veggie while the steak is still cooking. Just eat them from the day. Just get them in. When the steak is done cooking, more about halfway done with the fruit. But you know what, guys, even though I'm a big fan of steaks, and I think it's one of the healthiest things you can eat, there's nothing that beats a good steak with a lot of steak sauce. And as you can see, I really mean a lot. And here, I'm gonna prepare food for later, and also a bit for next week. Well, guys, I was absolutely certain that the family gathering was today and not tomorrow. So what we're instead going to do today is to check out the ring light that I have that I'm going to use for some of my videos. Try and set that up. And we're also going to have the 5th training of the week for 5 training days in a row and then 2 rest days, which is going to do me extremely well. But let's try and take a look at it, shall we? So this is what it looks like. We're going to have to set it up on this tripod here. So I'll just get that done and then try to put the camera to it. And here we have how it's gonna look, and then we can kind of adjust like how bright it is. And the nuances of it. So that's pretty damn cool, if I have to say it at least. Now we're fucking talking, guys. What the hell? What happens if we try to change the light a little bit?
Uh.